Harvest of Grace Church. It's strange talking to you this way. I know we are not meeting this Sunday because of all that's happening in our nation. However, we can definitely meet in our families, at home, or with those who in the church who are just next door to you. And it's strange, but these are strange times. And I thought I could just share a word and a message that might encourage and help us. And what I would encourage you to do is to gather as families and pray together, share together, break bread together, and have a great time tomorrow morning. But let me just share a message, and I'd like to share it maybe in 3 sections so that it can come across to each one of you on your mobiles. But I want to share about, in these coronavirus times, what do we do? This virus has suddenly, come upon the world, not just one nation, but the entire world. And everything has been affected as man knows it. Whether it's travel and holidays, it's stopped. Roads are being found empty in different cities and nations. Businesses are shutting down, educational institutions are closed, everyone's back in their homes. Cruises have stopped. Nothing happens normally like this. And in one sense, when you look at the leaders of the world as well, they don't seem to know fully what's hit them. And they've lost control. And yet, we've got to find as Christians something in the Bible that will help us. And when we look at the Old Testament, we do find there are worldwide events that have happened that has touched entire nations. But the amazing thing is this: when we look at the Old Testament, it shows that actually God's in there. God's doing something in such times because it's His word. So let's just have a look at the story of Noah a little bit. We see, though God said and warned about the flood that was to come, it suddenly came on a worldwide scale, and the world perished under this judgment. In Genesis chapter 7, verse 11 and 12, it says this: in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened, and rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Suddenly, the rain fell 40 days and 40 nights. And normal life is changed for Noah. Reality hit them. They had to live in it. Noah was cooped up in the ark for 5 months before the rain stopped, and then another few months before they came out. And it shows that we just can't be optimistic, claiming God's promises immediately. If we do that, we may end up being disillusioned. Noah couldn't just claim those promises. He had to live in the ark for months. If we quote promises at this time, expecting an end quickly to our situations, that optimism will not help. On the other hand, we can become pessimistic and see the reality of what's hitting us. But in that case, we'll have no hope for the future. And so we really need to face the situation with reality, but yet being firmly grounded in God's promises of His favor and deliverance, like Noah. Facing reality, but yet sure of God's promises. How do we handle these strange worldwide suddenlies? For me, this is the first time I'm experiencing it, and I know many others. It almost seems like a war situation where everyone is cooped up at home. But I want to share something else, and I'll share 2 more stages after this.